today I'm going to give you all the doll hair care tips I know for dolls with straight hair, wavy hair, curly hair, textured hair, long hair, and short hair. So let's get started. So the first hair type is straight hair, and you can see on the left I have Just Like You number 47, and on the right I have Girl of the Year Isabel. And straight hair is definitely one of the easiest hair types to care for just because it doesn't really get frizzy and it stays nice and shiny as long as you brush it very gently. Another great thing about straight hair is that you can do lots of different hairstyles with it, but I recommend that if you're going to do braids, don't leave in the braids for too long or else your doll's hair will look like this, which is not so straight looking anymore, and it's sort of frizzy at the ends and it's not as shiny. So I recommend that you don't leave in braids for too long on your straight hair or else it will lose that shininess. Next is wavy hair, and here I have number 55, and you can see that wavy hair is a little more fluffy compared to straight hair. And for wavy hair, I recommend not brushing it as much because if you brush it out too much, it'll just be frizzy and more straight and you'll lose some of that waviness. And if you want to make wavy hair look more like clean and polished, I recommend using foam rollers. And you can get a pretty big pack of rollers like these at the drugstore for pretty cheap. And all you have to do is just wet down her hair a little bit and take a medium-sized section and just gently brush it out. And then you just take your roller and you just roll the hair up. And since you're doing pretty big sections, it just makes it a little more wavy and it looks really pretty and it's super easy to do. So you just let that sit there until it dries, and then when you take it out, you would do this all over her head obviously, and then when you take it out, it makes her hair really pretty and sort of bouncy and curly looking. Like you can see that this piece of hair right here now, it looks really pretty and curly. So next is curly hair, and here I have Sage, Girl of the Year 2013. And I know that technically, although Sage's hair is curly, it's not like the curliest hair that American Girl offers. That would be more like Lainey's hair or number 33's hair. That would be considered curly. I recommend brushing her hair as little as possible because I got Lainey when I was little, and so I would brush her hair like a ton. And what that does is it just makes it super frizzy and makes the ends super dry looking, and also it just gets rid of the curliness, so don't do that. If you want to neaten up curly hair, I recommend just taking small pieces of hair, wetting them down, and then just twisting them around your finger to make them look neater and curlier again, like that. And also for curly hair, I recommend avoiding braiding it because it can just make it kind of frizzy and change the curliness to it. It'll make it, bend in awkward ways. So next is textured curly hair, and this is Cecile. And for textured curly hair, I recommend never ever brushing it because if you brush it, you will make it super frizzy. And the reason that you should never ever brush this type of hair is because if you take a really pretty nice curl like this and then you run your brush through it, this is what happens. And it's really hard to fix it and turn it back to normal. So I recommend that you never, ever, 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 ever brush this type of hair unless you want to ruin her hair. Instead of brushing out her hair to tame it, you just want to spray it down, and that'll get rid of the flyaways on the top of her head. And then you want to pick up each individual little curl and just twist them around your finger. And what that's going to do is that's just going to neaten up the curl and make it look a lot tidier. So that's how you should care for textured hair. So when you do hairstyles on textured curly hair, you shouldn't really pull on the curls too much or do anything like that. I mean, you can do pigtails and ponytails and braids and stuff like that, but you just want to be gentle when you're doing it so you don't pull out on her curls. Next we have long hair, and here I have Kanani, Girl of the Year 2011. And long hair dolls include Kaya, Josefina, maybe even Julie, and of course Kanani. And long hair is really fun because you can do lots of crazy, super cool braids with it. But the only thing is brushing it out can be a pain. So the way you want to do that is I recommend using lots and lots of water and that way you will avoid getting the ends all frizzy and broken down. And I know it's tempting to just be fast about it and rip through her hair from the top, but then you're going to get a bunch of frizzy split ends. So I recommend taking small sections and starting from the bottom. And that way you don't have any tangles without damaging her hair. And my other tip to prevent long hair from getting all frizzy at the ends, I recommend that when you're carrying her around or like really moving her about or playing with her, to braid her hair. And now it's a lot easier to carry around and play with your long-haired doll. So the last hair type is short hair, and here I have number 37, and short hair is obviously the easiest hair to care for. I mean, it's super soft and it like never ever gets tangled, and even if you mess her around and shake her around and stuff, her hair still looks pretty perfect. So short hair is super easy to care for, it never gets tangled, and it's really great. Now that we've gone over the different doll hair types, I just wanted to tell you about doll hair tools. Do not use your hairbrushes on your doll. Make sure that you have a special brush designated just for your doll, and although the wire wig brushes are the best, a normal brush should work just fine too. And I also recommend having a spray bottle filled with just plain old water. This is such a good thing to have because it smooths out flyaways, it helps getting tangles out, it prevents curly hair from turning frizzy and straight when you brush it. So if you have water, then you basically won't have any hair problems. Another thing is hair ties. I know a lot of people just try to use these plain old regular hair ties that you would use on your hair, but instead I recommend these. Since they're soft, they won't create dents in your doll's hair, and they won't damage your doll's hair when you put them in or take them out. And also they're smaller, so they fit around the doll hair better. And finally, they're cute, and they come in big packs of different colors, and it's really great, and they're not that expensive, and you can just find them at your local drugstore. And then for doing like smaller pieces of hair or like little braids or clipping back the front, I know a lot of people try to use these hair elastics, these like tiny plastic clear ones, but these are a pain to get out of the hair, and you can seriously rip up your doll's hair when you try to get these out. So I do not recommend these. And also I don't recommend using these because they're really rough and harsh on your doll's hair, and it could snap it or rip it out really easily. So instead of that, I recommend these. And these are just like these colorful plastic little clips, and they're super easy to use to just gently clip back your doll's hair, and it looks really cute, and it also doesn't damage your doll's hair, and you don't have to rip her hair out to take these out. And you can also get little small ones. So those are all my doll hair care tips. I hope this was helpful, and if you have any other questions, I will try to reply to some comments down below. So let me know if you have any other questions, and I hope this was helpful. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye!